probably never hear me talk about your child entering a French program or learning French for the sake of getting a job or pursuing a career. And that may be a hot take, but in 2026, if that is your perspective, you've got some learning to do, and I'm here to help you do that. My French immersion journey started in the early 90s when my parents enrolled me in the French immersion program, not because they had an idea about it, because a friend recommended to my dad that it would be a good idea for my brother and I to enter French immersion, and the rest is history. So, born in Trinidad, came to Canada at 3, started the school system in a French school system at the age of 4, and here I am today teaching and educating students all across the country, even the globe, rather. And the whole goal is for them to be masters in their French reading comprehension. Now, here's why I say that teaching your kids to learn language for a job is not effective. Now, here's why I say that teaching your kids to learn a language for the purpose of getting a job is not a logical or realistic viewpoint in 2026. I'm here to tell you why. When we were growing up, of course, our immigrant parents, that was, hey, there could be a better life through this French learning thing. You'll get a good job with the government. That seemed to be an ultimate. Learning French will give you more opportunities. Okay, great. But the opportunity was always underlined with the aspect of a job. Okay, cool. So I go through this French immersion journey and I end up getting one of my degrees in French, all extensive and very detailed French learning from a theoretical and a practical level. Even spent a summer away in our French province in Quebec and came back with speaking the best French of my life, okay, in a rural town. But in 2026, am I going to have a consultation with a parent and say, you know what? Your child is going to be guaranteed a great job because they know French? That's the way to go. Absolutely not. But I will tell that parent is that French is an access point. Learning language, period, is an access point. Our language just happens to be French. What I mean by access point, I always tell our students French is your superpower, and I want you to view it as that. Understanding that your brain even operates and functions differently when you know a language is a game changer, okay? You want to research that? Go right ahead, Google that. When you learn and know a different language, a different part of your brain is being used and stimulated. Now, when you go through the process of learning language, for your child or even for you as an adult, the whole goal should be I want to expand my lens. Language is a lens expander. You become more aware of similarities than differences when you learn language. For me, I consider it an access point also, and even the small things, or what people consider the small things. Being able to pronounce someone's name accurately because you know that E accent aigu, that E with the accent going this way, right, to the right, is going to give it an A sound, right? So you're coming into that conversation and having someone with a little bit less guard up because you know the language. Another access point could be you being able to get into certain rooms and have certain conversations because someone might speak French. You know how many times I've been invited to calls or to meetings or even to in-person events? They're like, okay, someone might be French there. We'll just need you to answer if they do come up. And when you realize you'll be at said event and no one is really speaking French to you, or you might fly into a French chit chat back and forth, but then it's back. But what have we done? We've deepened connection. We have given someone a comfort, if French is their first language, of operating and being a lot more flexible and moving through the language with someone else who is speaking it at the level that they need them to speak, okay? But what I say to our parents is that getting a job should no longer be the goal. You want your children to be able to see the world differently. You want them to be able to have an all access pass to different rooms, conversations, and ultimately just see it as their superpower. Learning language is powerful. It is not for a job. There are AI tools doing a lot of jobs lately. So see it as an expander. If you're looking to get your child into something that will expand their mind and the way they see the world, I always say French and learning language should be considered as one of those vehicles to do that.